Well, now I'm going to discuss the Terraform modules in the practicals. So how to create that? Before that, I just create some folders, and according to that, we're gonna execute the resources. So previously, it's a day 2 and I created the S3 and VPC. So I'm going to create, ECR, and I'm going to add that into the directory ECR. So I have created that successfully. So now I'm going to create some files, the main.tf, and after that, we have the variables.tf, and after that we have the output.tf, and we have the terraform uh, .tf wheres. These are all things we have already discussed in the theory. So once I create it, you're gonna have these all the things, the main.tf, the output.tf, and this is tf wheres, um, tf wheres, and this is the variables.tf. So in the main.tf, as you know, it is ECR, elastic container registry. We have to create the elastic container registry, and I just paste it over here. So control Z, and I just paste it over here, control Z. I think US East, no, not this one. Output, the variable, the provider. Okay, this is the one where I got this particular code. I got this particular code from this Terraform official page. So I just copied it, and it has a provider name, the AWS, and we have the alias, means if you haven't provided the region, or if your region is different from the US East one, then it's gonna execute it. So region is where.region. So here we have the resource, that is AWS ECR repository, and we have the name of the repository as a foo. And the provider is AWS East 1. Repository name is variable dot repository. So where is variables? I'm gonna create those things, and everything required to create the AWS ECR. So over in the output, I'll look into output afterwards. So in the variables, region is there, variable alias is there, variable repository is there. I just remove this alias, not required, because it's a default one. So we have variabilizer some of the things over here, the region, and the repository name. If I change repository name in the TFS, it's gonna change it everywhere. So over here, so this is the region. I just remove this alias because it's not required, because we have already removed from the variables. It is showing red color. So we have the repository names. Let's consider this repository name as Shashank, and I just save it. So in the output, what it has to show, in the output it has to show me the ECR registry, the AWS ECR registry. So AWS ECR registry, so this one, and this is the value, and this is the AWS repository dot foo. It's actually not foo, because I have assigned a different name. Oh, okay, fine, it's a foo only. It's a foo, and okay, everything is fine. We have modularizer, the ECR, means if any of the team want ECR for their project, they can come into the day2 folder in under which we have the ECR, and they can do some of the commands over here, just like clear, and they can mention the commands, the terraform init, and once it is initializer, uh, we have made a successful code, and after which we can mention terraform plan to check whether everything is fine, everything is creating normally. After that, we can mention terraform apply. Once you apply the terraform apply, you're gonna have everything. So if I mention s over here, um, so sorry, AWS ECR parameter public create repository request name must be regular. Okay, I think the variable name, it's as simple as Shashank only. So I again initialize it. once it is initializer, I can plan, and once it is planned, I can use the Terraform apply to create the required resources. Apply Terraform apply to create the required resources, and after which it's gonna create all of the resources, the ECR resources what I require. As you can have a look over here, because we have mentioned that I want the values in the output, it has mentioned the AWS ECR public repository, and it has mentioned ARN, and ARN, these are the things, repository name, everything is there. So we have successfully created the Terraform ECR using the AWS ECR using the Terraform, using the modular approach. This is how we go with this particular thing. We can do the same thing with the S3 bucket also. We can do the same with VPC also. So what we have done is that we have successfully created those. So I can do the same thing in the main in the S3. I will just create a shell file in the S3. So cd dot dot and cd s3 and vim.o.sh, the shell file we have created successfully. No, okay. Oh, this is the capital S. cd day 02 and cd s3. So I'll just clear everything, and you just use vim.sh and enter. So what all things I require? I think I require main.tf file, and after which I require the variables.tf file, and once it is done I want output.tf file and terraform.tf vares. So just after these things I just want execute this particular thing, go.sh permission denied ch mode plus x o.sh. So we have successfully created all the files. Okay, in the s3 bucket we need to create a s3 bucket using some values. So control Z. This is not the s3 bucket. So to create the s3 bucket, there are official AWS the Terraform modules where you can just refer those things to create one. So it's not that complicated. So this is my s3 bucket. So once it is done, what I can do, I can assign the required values in the variables file. What is the variable file? Over here we have the tf okay. In the main.sh I just copy this particular thing, control C, and assign it in the variable file. And in the main.tf we have the region, control C, assign it in tf vares. Once it is done, tf vares, once it is done, you can go into the variables.tf, assign variable, and the region, it is default. Sorry, I don't want default, I just want the type to be string. It is description. Description is region itself, and we have again the variable, and inside the variable this is AWS S3 bucket. I think probably that one only. We need to go into the TFLs, so it is bucket actually. We can mention it as bucket, and the type is string. Description is bucket. So output, in the output we can see this is the output, and output is AWS S3 bucket, and this is the value. So inside the value we have the AWS S3 bucket dot .rally. So we have created everything successfully. So whenever a developer comes, I can just tell him to execute set of commands what I mentioned over here. He has to use the Terraform init and echo Terraform initialized. Once it is done, I can use the Terraform plan. Once it is done, I can use Terraform planned. So after which I can use the Terraform and I can use apply. I can just echo, I can say the Terraform applied. So I can just tell the the developer to execute the shell file that is over there. Once he executes, the Terraform is first initializer. After that, there is a Terraform plan. It's gonna be executed. Once Terraform plan is executed successfully, it will go for the Terraform apply. Once Terraform apply is done, we have to say yes over here. So it's gonna create the bucket for me. So it's successful. So if I go over here, just reload, this is ECR1 that we have previously created. I already destroyed it, so okay, I haven't destroyed it. First I will go into the S3 bucket, and over in the S3 bucket we will be having the S3 bucket that we have created initially. So here we have the S3 bucket, we are having everything. So I just destroy these all the things. So there must be no Terraform files that exist as of now. So if I just reload it, it will be there because I haven't said yes. Once it is yes, I just reload this particular thing. You will be having the S3 bucket over here. Sorry, no S3 bucket over here. Now I have to go into the ECR because it's too much costly. I have to go back and I have to add ECR. CD, this is ECR, and after this particular thing, I can use the Terraform destroy command to destroy this particular thing. So once I destroy this one, if I just reload this particular thing, there will be no S3 bucket found in this particular repository. And this is how we go with the modular approach. This is all about the modular approach. So after this we have the VPC. I just delete this one. We got some idea like how the modular approach will go. We have to just come over in the ECR, Terraform init, Terraform plan, Terraform apply, or we can just execute that particular shell file to create some resources out of it. And this is how we go with modular approach. Thank you.